Hi guys, I'm Ruby May and welcome back to The Shed. I'm here with the boys from Call Me Franco. Welcome to The Shed, guys.
Hi, hello, thank you for having us.
Do you want to introduce yourselves and maybe say what you play?
Yeah. I am Ernesto. I play guitar in Call Me Franco and sometimes I play a little bit of flute.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's very cool.
I'm Arden and I play electric bass.
And then you've also got Finn, who's apparently not coming today, but unfortunately he is not here today, but he is your drummer.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah. He is. He's here in heart. But that's very cool, guys. Very happy to have you on. How has your day been so far?
Good. Yeah, pretty
Anything
good.
exciting happened this morning?
I was working actually. I was
really?
house band for Waterbear, where we used to study.
Yeah.
So there's like a house band for songwriters, and I've been
doing
that.
Session stuff with
Yeah.
them?
It's like kind of like freelance vibe, kind of go play some student songs and.
So obviously you do Call Me Franco, but I'm assuming, like you've just said, you do your own little side bits. What do you guys have on the side as well as Call Me Franco?
Well, I mean, for me, I have a day job, part-time in retail, and that pays my bills. And then a bit of session work and freelance stuff on the side whenever I can get it. Stuff like I just mentioned, like house band with Waterbear, that's a good one. But that's it, really. I mean, and then aside from that, just
doing the
band stuff and a couple of other musical projects, but
solely on the band at the moment.
Yeah,
and doing retail to keep it going.
Yeah, that's me right now.
And what about you?
I also have a day job in maintenance in a student accommodation, like in the mornings. Yeah, I do want something that is early morning, so I have the day ahead of me.
To then go and do band
stuff?
Yeah,
to do whatever. Yeah, I also do a bit of production for other artists, which is, it started to picking up slowly. Yeah, and what else do I do? Oh yeah, I play also bass in my mate's band, Joe Perfect and the Champagne Socialists.
Okay, so you've got a little project here and there.
Yeah.
Do you think you kind of need to be having multiple different streams of income at the moment in today's market, being an artist?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there is any other way. You have to find what your talents are and get them to the maximum and find out how to monetize them.
Yeah, I completely agree. Do you think there's any tips that you could give somebody listening how to kind of do that?
Basically, don't be afraid to try new things and always try to listen to people who know more than you and just listen.
Be open to learn. Yeah, completely. And kind of reeling it back to the band, was there a particular moment that you guys had between the three of you that you kind of thought, let's put on a band, let's start doing it?
You want to say that?
Yeah, sure. Well, we met at uni at Waterbear, and we were in a class together. Like super random, like coincidentally, we were put in a group to learn. What was it? What was the first cover that we learned?
What was
Black Hole Sun.
Black Hole Sun, yeah.
Oh my god,
it was so bad.
It was so funny. There was a singer present who was just another student, and it was the first time we'd really played together, me, Finn, and Ernesto, and it was a bit ropey because we were just learning. We're just doing a bit of. Just for uni, learning this cover. And then afterwards, Ernesto was like, oh, I've got some music if you guys want to
start doing it.
Start a band. He was like kind of psych, Latin, rocky vibe.
Cool.
That's what it was kind of initially.
And that's where Call Me Franco kind of started. Okay. And how long ago was this?
2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So
2.5 to 3, yeah.
So when you first started, it wasn't under Call Me Franco. How did you kind of get to that name?
Oh no, you want to?
When we started, it was named after me. It was named the Ernesto Diaz Band, which I even saying that now it makes me want to cry. But yeah, it was. We had that name first because I had already written all the music and the guys were just learning it. But once we got over that step, we started writing a bit more collaboratively. We said, right, let's figure out a name and make this an actual
more of a
band.
Group thing, just your project. Okay, cool. And when did you start gigging?
We did our first gig was 9th of September. 9th of November, 2022. I remember that.
I love that you guys remember it still.
Waterbear venue with a band that doesn't exist anymore called two bands that don't exist anymore.
Without beating them.
Who was on the bill?
It was Habit and Signature Gold.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Then, that's It's mad.
Yeah. And we put this gig on we had ourselves opening, and we brought bands that
Other
already
bands
had an audience. Yeah, that was actually a great kickstart for us.
How was it? What was it like when you first started gigging?
It was funny. It was weird. It was weird. We had another guitarist. We had a vocalist on a couple songs.
Okay, so you started doing vocals for some of it as well.
Yeah, we had one song. We were doing a cover of Dusty Springfield's "Spooky."
Okay,
we were doing a cover of that. Yeah. So we had the person doing vocals for that. I remember I had like absolutely no effects on my pedal board. Everything was like really dry, but we were good. We were still playing good.
Yeah,
I think
like I feel we were definitely like really into making the music as tight as possible
between
all of us, like rehearsing, like not messing about with like trying to make it too complicated. We were like, I feel like the vision was there pretty much from the get-go. From the get-go. Okay. Instrumental with, kind of vocal feature at that time.
Yeah.
But, trying to orchestrate something that wasn't just like a brain dump of like guitar licks, bass and drums, trying to make it.
So it was always kind of instrumental. You've always had that vision for it.
I think so. Yeah. That stream was just like, I feel like the synergy, like just between me, you and Finn, it just clicked.
Yeah.
Like, and we were like, we need to do it. Needs to be done. It needs to be done.
How do you think it's developed since then? Just your sound and your audience presence.
Well, we did a gig. It was the E Street Tap with Dirt Sharks, wasn't it? Yeah. For some reason, the other members that we had at the time couldn't make it.
Okay.
So we were like...
So there was 5 of you at the start?
I think at the peak, 5. Or 6.
We were 6 at some point.
Gosh.
6.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
That's a lot of people.
Oh yeah, we had a percussionist. Yeah.
It's a lot of people on stage.
Yeah, just squeezing into like teeny tiny rooms was a bit of a challenge. But we did. So we did that. This random gig came up. The other 2 or 3 couldn't make it. So we were like,
just you 3.
Let's just roll with a 3-piece. And everyone there was like, why aren't you doing this as a 3-piece? It works so well.
So it kind of set you off at just Call Me Franco being you 3.
Yeah, and after that we were like, okay.
After that we made some vocals, like, right.
Sorry, but you're out the band.
Yeah. But
yeah, you're enjoying it. And do you think that you've considered adding vocals since then, or are you just very much stuck on the instrumental side of things?
I kind of like how it is at the moment. I think it's cool. It's cool that we can fit into a scene still where every band is
massively. I think
like
you're a
vocally
part of the Brighton scene at
driven.
The moment. Yeah.
And I mean, and we've got we made so many connections and friends just from gigging around, and I feel like I've never felt like we've been seen lesser because of like a vocal.
Yeah, I think it gives you an edge a little bit more than other bands. It makes stand you out a little bit more.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, just on that basis, I suppose and we play a lot of our songs kind of in medley form, so it's a lot of long form instrumental music, which I suppose is kind of weird for your usual gig because a lot of it is just like song to song.
But you have a way of gripping people. I mean, from when I've watched you, I'm not normally a person that likes instrumental, which is why I really wanted to have you on here, because it's just so gripping when you do play together. So it probably does come back to the fact of the connection between you 3 as well, and just how well you sing. So I think it's very cool that it is what you do. Yeah. And when you're writing, like, what is that process? Like, how does it work with you 3?
You want to? Yeah.
Writing wise, I'll usually start the writing by myself. I'll bring all the main ideas together, all the main parts, and then I'll send the guys demos, recordings that I make at home. They listen to them, and then we go in the studio, and all together we kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together. Yeah, we work out details like how long should the section should be, like where should we put a solo, where should we put a drum break or whatever. Okay,
and how often are you getting in the rehearsal space all together?
Not that often anymore because we're all very, very busy. So it's getting harder, but we always make sure that when we do, we are prepared to the best of our ability.
And what do you think your aims are as a band? Where would you like to be going?
I would just like, personally, I would just like to just keep playing because I love playing.
Expand out of Brighton, maybe?
Yeah, we would really like to do that. We've had one show in Bristol so far, which was pretty good. It was
good. It was mental.
Yeah.
Was it like a support act?
Yeah, well, part of a bill from like, I don't think there was like headliner or anything. It was like a general bill.
Okay. Of loads of different people playing.
Yeah. But we definitely want to take it out of England as well. Europe, US.
That would be
maybe
so
some festivals.
exciting. Yeah. That would be so good. Do you have any dream festivals or gigs that you'd like to be playing at?
For me, Levitation.
Desert Fest.
Oh yeah, yes.
Desert Fest, Wide Awake.
Here comes the list.
Isn't there a Levitation in like Germany or France or something?
Yes, there is in France. I'm not sure, but yeah.
There's just finding like psych and alternative festivals would just love to bring it to bigger rooms. It would just be cool.
Moving on to like the industry side of things, are you making any money from your gigs, and how does that work?
Well, I mean, I suppose it depends on who the promoter is and which venue it is in town. Sometimes we get paid, but won't be a lot. But that's kind of, I feel like, is the standard sort of gig going fare now.
Yeah.
Where bands get paid maybe a little bit by the venue, depending on who it is.
Massively.
And depending on the promoter, maybe there's a bit of kickback from that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's where things like merch, like we were talking about earlier, that
can bring into it a bit more.
Come in, get a bit of income. So it's not really. We don't really earn a load from it. I mean, we just do it because we enjoy it, and I suppose on the financial end, we're able to sort of sustain through doing.
We're able to fund like the creative side of it.
Yeah, like
it's what we said earlier. Like we use the whatever we make, we use it for whatever we have to pay.
Right, that's it.
So we don't have to pay from our pockets.
Yes, like you were just saying, with like having you have a joint bank account that you pull your money.
That's
into.
it.
Yeah.
And there's just that mutual kind of agreement. Anything that comes in goes straight in there.
What is that agreement? Is it like a handshake? You're like, yep, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. That's it. It's just a trust thing, and I think we know that if we didn't do it that way, it would just be harder.
Yeah.
Because if we had to pay for rehearsals, which are getting more expensive, depending on place.
Where do you rehearse?
Brighton Electric,
yeah.
Best studio in town.
It is such a good studio.
Yeah. I mean, we're good friends with some of the staff there, and they're just nicest people, nicest place to hang out.
Did you used to get it discounted through uni, or did you always kind of have to pay full price for
it? Through uni we had some discount for recording as well, which was so helpful. I cannot be thankful enough for that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
but we did a whole EP in a day.
Wow.
Yeah, because we recorded live. We were able to go in the room and we played through the whole thing. I think like 3 times.
And then, just did it.
And that was it. We're like, right,
so
done,
good.
album done. Yeah.
Put out on Spotify, we're set. And do you think there's enough support for artists in today's market? Financially, mentally?
I think, personally, there is. I think there are people who are interested to invest in arts, and coming from a country where there's none.
Yeah.
Like, being here in England, I see that there is a lot, but I still think it's still down to the artist, and it's the artist's responsibility to reach out for it. For
more, to get that support.
Yeah, as someone told me, like, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Completely. And have you guys been approached by anybody wanting to fund you or wanting to manage you?
We've had, for management, yes, a few times, but it wasn't really the right person. And, but yeah, not for funding, no. I don't think we're like, that big yet to get into under these people's radars.
Yeah, and you do all of your own self-promotion. You run the Instagram, don't you?
Yeah.
How have you found that? Do you think it's been challenging?
Oh yeah, it's like I'm so bad.
Creating content's hard sometimes. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm so bad at it. I don't know. I don't know how the algorithms work. I don't know what to do for engagement, and it's just
it's a labyrinth, man.
Do you have a TikTok?
No.
It's difficult. I don't really understand how it all works myself either. Sometimes you get loads of views, sometimes you get like 3, and you're like, what's going on here? You don't know. It's difficult.
Yeah, it's the consistency as well, because we sometimes we have good ideas for content, but we cannot be consistent with it all the time.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well, like you need to post like every day, which is crazy. Who has got time to do that every single day? I guess it's good because you gig a lot, so you're able to post pictures from when you're gigging and that kind of thing. In action shots. Yeah. And do you think it's been difficult building a fan base around a fully instrumental band without the vocalist? Or do you think you guys could have just kind of done it?
I think it wasn't as hard as I was expecting, at least. And I think it's because Brighton is a very, very musically inclined city, so people will appreciate something that is a bit different.
A bit different, completely. The atmosphere, I think, like it just craves something a bit different from what all the indie bands that we hear a lot at the moment. So and with streaming rates being very low, how are you kind of dealing with that side of thing? Are you getting any money from streaming? Does it put you off releasing?
We have some from streaming because we put everything out ourselves, so we keep all of it as well.
And then that just goes straight into the bank. And then that just goes out to new things.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it is something.
It's something. Honestly, I feel like I don't even think about.
Me neither.
I don't even think about that.
About that kind of money.
With this genre. This genre with the size that we are. This sort of style of music is so it is a niche, you know, and it's cool. We get in playlists occasionally, and that
say the playlist side of things,
and that boosts things but we'll never see, those crazy numbers where you can actually see. Well, actually, I don't want to say never because that's just like a hard cap.
No,
I don't believe in it, but.
No, because I think it just is reaching that niche and spreading the word of your guys, because I think you could definitely reach so many different markets, just maybe not specifically in the UK. Like, I feel like Germany, you guys would be great. Places like that, like you guys could really monopolise the market, which I think is definitely more opportunities coming for you guys, which is really exciting as well. And I was just going to say, do you have any advice for anyone wanting to start a band or getting into a band?
I think... if you'd asked me that a few years ago, I would have given you a really like technical musicy answer, like make sure everything sounds good and is tight and rehearse. But now I think it's find people you get on with.
Yeah.
If you don't get, like so many bands at the end of last year that we knew and were friends with, just like disappeared out of nowhere, and it's a shame because some of the music is incredible and really cool, and because the people that stuff happens, and that's fine, and sometimes people need to go their separate ways. But we've always, because we get on, it's just worked.
If you could go back and give yourself a piece of advice from when you started the band, what do you think that would be, guys?
Oh my god.
Okay, you're wrong. For me, it would be I would keep us from putting out all of the stuff so quickly, and I will definitely
market it properly.
And
it's a learning process, though. It's a massive learning process.
One would be that, and also I would hold myself and be like, dude, don't mix it like that.
I mean, our first EP, me and Ernesto mastered it. We mastered our first EP ourselves, and we thought, we thought it was incredible. And then now we've like had a bit more experience and
got someone who's professional to master.
Yeah, we just I always listen back to it. I'm where, why do we think that sounded good? We just slapped a limiter on the master bus and just messed with it a bit.
Yeah.
So maybe your advice is to go to somebody professional to do it for you.
Don't be afraid to spend a bit of money, even if it's just a little bit. It will take, especially recordings, it will take it from
further.
Just we've messed about and done stuff ourselves to this sounds professional. And I think that shows. I think
sets you into a different level as well when you're kind of putting that effort into your branding and into your style as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you guys are currently working on, or new releases coming out soon?
Album in the works.
That's
has been for a while, but we're just I think the gist is we're trying to do it right and not rush. And work around our lives now, because now we're all post grad. kind of
busy as well.
Busy and working and all that, trying to figure that out. I think.
Exciting though. Have you kind of got an ideal date of when you'd like it to be coming out, or time, month?
Early September.
End of this year. I'll say towards the end of this year.
Okay, so end of summer. That's exciting. That's something for everybody to look forward to. And what do you guys think the biggest change in the industry will be in the next 5 to 10 years? Big question.
That's actually that's a proper head scratcher. It could be a lot of things.
A lot of things.
I think venues is a thing that keeps coming back, like venues getting shut down, especially locally.
Yeah,
and I almost feel like in 5-10 years, like what's going to be left?
I completely understand. Planning
permission, I feel like every 3 months or something, I'm seeing like
a new one.
Yeah, and I heard about.
And it's not just Brighton either; it's actually
across the UK, and it's really sad. And we're lucky that we've got a really abundant, kind of thriving, quote unquote thriving scene. But compared to the rest of the UK, like places that have even less,
haven't got as much of a scene and atmosphere around it.
And I just wonder how how they even function.
So from that, I'm just going to say, what do you think the dream is for Call Me Franco, and what do you think it will get to? Where would you like it to be getting to?
It would be to go on a tour with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah.
I think that would be, if that happens, I'm like, okay, I can die now. You know what? I did it. Yeah.
I've done it. I've made it in life.
Yeah, my life will be anticlimactic after that.
That's exciting. Okay, well, we're all praying for it then. We're all hoping that you'll get there. And my last question is, who are you guys listening to at the moment?
Well, for me, for the last year or so, I discovered this band that we actually supported recently at the Hope and Ruin Ghost Funk Orchestra. They're from New York. They're amazing. They mix all of my favorite genres together
into one.
And it's just
We'll link it down below so everybody can have a little listen.
Oh yeah.
Any particular songs that you can recommend?
All of them.
Maybe that's who you'll be going on tour with next then.
Hopefully, yeah.
They're so nice, those guys.
Yeah. We love the opening for them. Them also, loads of Brighton bands since I moved here. Like Slag a lot, Ate Arfa, Modessa.
Yeah,
probably my top 3 Brighton bands. Yeah.
Oh, and for you, have you got any you can suggest?
I mean, personally, I'm in a big electro, glitchy, weird music phase. Machine Girl, KFC Murder Chicks. Have you ever heard of them? Insane band. Boards of Canada, Aphex Twin.
Okay.
All that stuff.
All of them will be linked below, so everybody can check them out.
That's a bit of a headache for some, I'm sure, but
I love it.
I love it so much. It just, for some reason, it just like appeases the calm side of my ear. Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's what music's meant to do, isn't it? It's meant to balance your brain out a bit.
But locally, I mean, Modessa, I love Modessa so much. Good friends of ours. Slag, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sort of lucky. Like every band that we're friends with.
The Brighton scene at the moment is doing really well. To be fair, there's definitely a lot of emerging talent that have so much potential, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
it's really lovely from my position to be able to watch it all happen as well. So, yeah, that is all of my questions for you now. But I do want to see if you have a question for me. If there's anything you can think of, we can cut here if you need to have like a little think.
What are you listening to right now?
Oh. That's a good question. What are you listening to? There is a band called Gaze at the moment that I'm really, really liking. Gaze, like Gaze. They're really cool, emerging wise. I've actually got a little list at the moment. Who else am I listening to? Wonderbug, they're really cool. It's like a male and female fronted. Divorce are really cool as well. And then not emerging wise. I love old music, like Paul McCartney. Like I'm liking.
Love the classic stuff.
Yeah, Bowie, but then also like Stone Roses and Led Zeppelin and like Greta Van Fleet. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
I love Greta Van Fleet. So like, yeah, my genre mix is all over the place. I kind of just want to keep my eyes open for everything and keep listening to as much as I can, really.
Nice.
But yeah.
Wicked.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on, guys. That was great.
No, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much. That's the end of this one, guys. And if you liked it, follow and subscribe, and remember to keep watching. Thank you so very much. I like that you both did the same hand as well.
Yeah.
Smash that, guy.